the Sacramento Condors and the Green Bay Packers. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from Lambeau. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
42's the mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic. Exit. Watch twist.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here we go. 180! Hey, tight down. There you go.
They find some open field here. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. And a huge play that time. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word. But if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Anderson. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Here we go. 180! Come on, dude! I got shoot this side. We got 3. Key at 33. Hey, gun. Mike 42, check. Mike 42.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Pull together. Check 13.
Bell. That 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Let's go. 18 data. Rip left. Wide. Get wide.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hatchet. Check. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success. How about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Here we go. Hey, no. Three bud.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Bell.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check 24. Check your hot read. Slam.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
We own it.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Joel Davis, 39 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Zadarius Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon. These two teams all tied after one. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Room past the 20. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Here we go. What do you need? 44. That's right, man. They don't want it.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. Mike 10. Mike 10. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Throwing again. Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And, Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Johnson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here we go. 42's the mic. Hey, we gotta get this stop here, D. Hey, check 26.
They'll run with Bawden. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on third down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a first down.
Here we go. 180! Check. And what's the leg?
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Here we go. 180! Go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
21. Here we go. Let's bring it.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go. 180!
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
11. Mike Popo. Watch the out. Hey, orbit. 44's the mic. Oh, you got deep?
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head, before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown, 98 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
First down and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo, complete. It's Johnson. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to sling this deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements. You're nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith giving him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Check 26.
Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on third and long?
White.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Garoppolo now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
42 to Mike, boy, 42.
12. Stay away, Delta.
Mike 42. Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Ahead.
2, Mike's 42.
11.
Watch the boot. Shit.
Ahead.
Garoppolo. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Here we go.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Pick your game up.
White.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Going up top. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and that will get them 1 closer. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining In quarter number 2, the run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground again here. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite.
Le'Veon Bell. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Le'Veon Bell. 78 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep.
Let's go. Let's do it.
First down and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Double time, double time. 4 down.
They'll run it with Bell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
Let's go now. 60 yards. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go,
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Hey, 4 down.
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here we go.
Check. Mike 42. I'm coming.
Hey, gun.
Go, Mike 42.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
They go to Johnson again. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike's 4-2. Mike's
Garoppolo now. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Returnable for Grant. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game.
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Le'Veon Bell. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. No problem there on the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Condors 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
21.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
I got you.
Back's mine. I got him. There we go. 30.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And a quick throw here that's complete. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
11.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
14.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Garoppolo again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Dean Lowry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. To throw is Garoppolo. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
37's the Mike. Mike 37. Man out.
21.
Alert 3.
Hey, gun.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
21.
Check. 42's the Mike. Check. 42's the Mike.
13.
Deuce.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And he comes back with one complete. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
On third down, Grant. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, the third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A first down carry for Bell, but he'll work forward for only about a yard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Ready? Right. Mike 10, Mike 10. Watch the run. Watch the run. Good south, baby. That's baby.
Again, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Jump.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
It's easy work, and it's coming.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Pick the edge. Come.
On the counter, here's Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Set, ready. 60 outlaw. We got right coming. Bill, watch out. Get your swerve on.
Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And his kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Come on, set. 10, touchdown. 10. Get him.
On first down, it's Grant, and they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
2 times. Odd. 5 down. Stand up in. SOS.
They go back to Grant, and the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And his kick here is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches, be honest, I'm going to forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He'll drop to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's only able to get it up to about the 2-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
We got 4.
From his end zone, Garoppolo on 3rd and long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
I got you.
It's a party now. Here we go. 37's the Mike.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
They'll set up a throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Here we go.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football, where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, and now I'm listening to you. So for Green Bay, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Sacramento, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching on EA Sports.